Hello Internet, I'm J-Funk, and this is my guide to heroic and mythic Bloodbound horror. The Bloodbound horror isn't just the name of my toilet after eating Taco Bell, it's also the second encounter in the raid and a stationary boss that grows more difficult each time the boss reaches 100 energy. The main gimmick of this fight is that there are two realms, the normal realm and the unseeming. Throughout the fight, the boss will be spawning adds inside the unseeming realm that you can see but you cannot interact with. That is, unless you get hit by the tank mechanic of this fight, Gruesome Disgorge. If you're familiar with the tank mechanic from the Anduin encounter in Sepulture, this is sorta like that. It's a big funnel cone aimed at the current tank that does damage and sends everyone hit down into the unseeming. You're able to see where the adds have spawned prior to being sent down, so you'll want to have the tank aim this funnel in a location near the adds you're going to be killing. Once you're in the unseeming realm, there are two adds you'll have to contend with, Forgotten Harbingers and Lost Watchers. Forgotten Harbingers will remain stationary and continually cast Manifest Horror, which will spawn blood horrors that will slowly walk towards the boss. If they reach him, they'll explode and deal huge damage to all players in both realms. Lost Watchers should be picked up by the tank as they cast a tank buster called Spectral Slam, as well as they have an interruptible cast that will shield the boss called Black Bulwark. These adds will kind of spawn offset from one another, with there usually being a grouping of two Forgotten Harbingers close together and then one Forgotten Harbinger on a different platform. You'll want to tank the Lost Watcher next to the group Forgotten Harbingers and ideally kill it, and then rush over to finish the last add before your 40-second debuff expires and you're sent back up to the normal realm. If there's any remaining adds when you get sent up, especially blood horrors, it's likely to be a wipe. You may want to send a few DPS over to the solitary add in order to try to kill the blood horrors that's spawning before the rest of the group gets over there to help. After you deal with the adds, you can hit the boss, and once your debuff expires, you'll gain another debuff that prevents you from going downstairs again for 1 minute, meaning you'll need two rotating groups of players to go into the unseeming. In testing, this seemed to happen almost immediately in the fight at 15 seconds and 1 minute and 5 seconds respectively. What we also noticed in testing is that each subsequent group that goes down has an increasing number of adds to deal with. The Bloodbound horror itself has a few abilities he will cast, and since he is present in both realms, these will affect everyone regardless if you're in the normal realm or the unseeming. The first of which is Spewing Hemorrhage. The boss will create two beams on opposite sides of him that will rotate around him slowly for 20 seconds. If you get hit by these, you'll be giga dead. You can see where the beams will spawn and have time to adjust your position accordingly. In testing, you could influence where the beams were going to spawn based on where the boss was facing, and there was a slight issue with phantom beams where the visual wasn't matching where you were dying. The second ability is Grasp from Beyond. The boss will debuff several players, and then for 12 seconds, those players will drop a tentacle void zone where they are standing. You'll ideally want to stack up and move together. From what I noticed in testing, you could drop two puddles and then move for a more clean drop. The most important thing with this mechanic is you keep a clean lane for people to walk in. When the boss reaches 100 energy, he will cast Gore Splatter. This creates a huge circle around him, which you'll want to move out of. After the cast, he'll gain a stack of Seeping Transfusion, permanently increasing his damage done by 10% for the rest of the encounter. That about sums up the fight on Heroic. On Mythic, there is one main change. The boss gains the ability Blood Curdle, which will debuff everyone in the raid for 5 seconds and create these purple circles around them. When the debuff expires, everyone will explode for big damage. This will require everyone to spread out, and this can be dangerous as it can overlap with other mechanics such as Grasp from Beyond or running from the beams of Spewing Hemorrhage. The TLDR of this fight is as follows. Have groups set up to go down into the unseeming by standing in Gruesome Disgorge. Kill the adds downstairs, making sure to interrupt Black Bulwark. Keep an eye out for where the Spewing Hemorrhage beams are going to spawn and run away from them. Drop your Grasp from Beyond debuff neatly to conserve space, and run away from the boss when he casts Gore Splatter. And on Mythic, spread out with Blood Curdle. That does it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.